This episode of Vice of Life is brought to you by our patron donors, Unsocial Penguin and Anna Jenkins. Thank you guys so much.
They're saying, oh, keep your coins. We should be circulating them, man, not holding on to them. I'm telling you, the New World Order is extremely subtle, man. It's all going on, but it's extremely subtle. They're not making it this big authoritarian thing. It's very strategic.
Spooky when you put it that way.
Step one, rounding up the dollar. Okay, and then we say, okay, now the dollar's no good. We're going to go full digital. We go full digital. They say, okay, we're going to give you a set amount of income now. Everyone gets the same amount. What do you call that? Communism. We're on our way, folks. Okay? I'm just saying.
Episode 70.
I knew it. I can see the look on his face.
I'm going to try to be high energy, guys, but it's hard. And we'll get into that later. But this is Vice of Life, the show where we sit down every week. We talk about something tangentially or directly relating to life. My name's Logan. Across from me is Eloy. How are you?
Across. Wow.
Across.
Wow. That's the first time we addressed it.
Yeah.
I think this is the only time we've recorded all together like this.
Yeah. No, we did last week, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
But, also telling us about the New World Order is Josh. How you doing? You want to expound?
There's a lot to get into, but it's coming, man. Look, I'm not saying COVID is fake. It's very, very real. And the way we're dealing with it is very poor in the U.S. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about using it as justification for bigger plans. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it may or may not happen. Okay? I'm saying that now. It may or may not. I'm not prophesizing.
You're not, yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
We will
Hell,
see.
start.
One thing is certain. People are trying to use COVID to for all sorts of progression in other ways, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's two sides to it for sure. There's good things too, but yeah. I don't know, man. If I was a baby and it was like, oh, don't hug your grandma. What's that about, huh?
I'm not big on hugging, so it's not a big deal.
Pass.
Yeah.
You're on social media. You're isolated. You can't even hug your grandma?
My mom told me not to hug my
Come on.
family the other day.
Yeah.
So
How's
We're
your
gonna fist
grandma?
bump.
and
Yeah.
I'm not even a baby. I'm 25 years old.
That's
Don't
what
hug
I'm
your
saying.
parents.
Yeah.
Don't hug us.
I know.
Is your grandma like pretty freaked out about it, or is she one of these people that are like, I'll get it if I get it?
My grandpa's a lot more. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. My grandma's. She's like taking precautions, but she's not freaking out.
Yeah. I don't know what my parents are like, man. They, my mom asked the nurse in the hospital, which I'll get to, but she's like, do you feel safe with COVID? She's like, I wear my mask, so I feel pretty safe. And I just got the sense that my mom was like, oh, huh. I don't know.
Like she kind of doesn't buy into it, or what do you mean?
Like my mom, I felt like bought into it until the nurse was talking about like people having like a huge get together, like a party at a house. And then my mom was kind of like, oh, like we're planning on doing that with the family, like camping trip. So,
Yeah, only if it's convenient. Like,
yeah.
I have kind of a funny text from my mom I want to read. It's short, but let's see. So, like, my birthday's coming up, and we've been trying to plan something to do. She likes to go get, like, card readings or whatever, and we haven't decided on what to do. And she's a therapist. She said, I'm in a session, and then I will call Dragonfly Cafe and the other places to see about readings. Oh, shit. I just remembered COVID-19. ... Yes. And she's staying home and I guess quarantining and all that. So it's just funny. Like,
yeah,
it's just become her reality to do that. She forgot like why, you know.
I was gonna say like it's the same for me. Like I'm like I know I need to stay home every time I think about doing something. Like, yeah, I should stay home.
Yeah.
But then I'll do one thing, and I'm like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then I ask myself though, like, is there really any purpose if other people aren't going to do it because, it just is going to spread? And I'm not, why should I have to lock down my life for 2 years while other people are just out spreading it?
Dude, people,
So
a lot of people just no holds barred. They're just going harder than they normally would.
fucking down in Provo, there was like a town hall meeting or something, and all these like moms and other people showed up, and like the room was packed. Everybody didn't wear a mask. They were protesting like kids getting mandated to wear masks when school opens up, and all the Utah County folk were like, "No, that's bad." And so yeah, those are the kind of people I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's shoulder to shoulder in like a room, probably is like, I don't know, as big as our kitchen and front room.
Yeah.
Just packed.
And then just the whole school thing is in and of itself a crazy thing.
Yeah.
But well, there's your COVID talk for the week. All right. Where are we? What am I doing? Where am I?
What did we do this week,
what we've
guys?
been up to.
Yeah. Well, I'm saving what really happened to me this week for the actual main discussion. So for this week, I'll just say that I've been getting a lot of rest. Been taking some days off. It's been nice. It's pretty bad. It's like I'm back to quarantining where not really going out doing a whole lot. I went and actually had some tacos with Brittany
Nice.
at Taqueria 27. That place is damn good.
Heard about it.
We sat outside. It was nice. We saw a bird that had you know how they like have the 3 like feet
Like
that
the-
point out like that. One of them seemed to be like bent backwards and burned.
Ooh.
Like I don't know what happened to him, but he was like limping around him. We just sat
Oh,
there
no.
looking at him like, what the hell happened? And she was feeding him tortillas, and I was like, you shouldn't do that. He's gonna blow up. But I don't know. He was gonna die anyway, so who cares?
Wow.
Wow, that's
Heavy.
ableist, man. What if he's perfectly fine? You never
He
know.
did get around okay. He did get around okay. But I did feel bad for him. We seriously sat there just looking at him like hobble around and felt bad for him. Some lady walking down the sidewalk just like almost totally kicked him because she wasn't even paying
Oh my
attention. I was
God.
just like,
Are we
wow.
talking a street pigeon or what is this?
Yeah, just a street pigeon.
Yeah.
The rats of the air, or so
Yeah.
they're called.
I want to take him home.
Yeah.
Can we put him in the back?
I mean, I thought about it, but I don't feel comfortable nursing a pigeon back to health
No.
just
You
because
got your own-
I'm not confident in my skills. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do.
You guys would accidentally let the cats out one day and forgetting all
Oh.
about it.
That's
You
true.
have a hell of a cleanup on it.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good
damn
point.
it.
Oh my god. But yeah, those tacos are good. They have like a queso. It's, when you have actual queso, nothing compares. You get these
Yeah.
nacho cheese shits, and it's not the same.
Nope.
Then you get the real queso shits, and then you get the shits, and it's the real shits. So try your
The shits, man.
try your local queso today.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, Taqueria 27, it's really good.
Where's that at again? I've
They have
seen like
a-
the sign, but
There's one in downtown Salt Lake. There's one in, I want to say Holiday, and I think there's one in like, I don't know, South Jordan, something like that.
okay.
I don't know. They have multiple locations, but it's good. But yeah, that's what I did. Got tacos.
Sweet.
Yeah. Had a beer.
Very good.
It was good.
What did you have? What did you drink?
Water
exciting.
and I think it was Delicioso Stone or Stone Delicioso IPA or something like that.
Huh.
I like that name a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is always a little sad when you order something off of like a beer menu when they don't have like draft beers. They just,
True.
And
Just
then you
bottles
they
or
just bring a
cans.
cold glass out in a bottle or like a can. The bottle is okay. I'm okay with the bottle, but when they bring out like just a can and a glass, I'm
Yeah, the can is
Bullshit.
really. Oh, you feel so defeated.
Yeah, like that's $6 or whatever. And you're like, fuck off.
yeah.
You
Just
got to do it.
So what'd you do, Josh, this week?
Well, I've been doing the Instacart shit, pick up and deliver groceries. I've been doing that like full time, and it's good. I was a little worried about the tax aspect of it because I'm like, yeah, I'm making more money right now, but if I have to pay a big like lump sum at the end of the year or do it quarterly or whatever, how's that going to work? And so I was looking into all that stuff, and as far as I can tell, I'll be okay because of the mileage reimbursement. You can either do that or expenses. And with the mileage right now, it's 58 cents per mile. And on an average day, I drive over 100 miles. So let's say it's a $60 credit like per day. Being, I don't know. Basically, at the end of the day, it'll be okay as far as I can tell. So that's kind of fun. But one thing I've been doing is a lot of the time, like if I do an order, sometimes it's multiple in one in the cart and it's like kind of stressful. But I'll buy something for myself sometimes and say it's a drink or whatever, and I'll put it like under the cart or just somewhere so I don't like mix them up. And a lot of the time I forget that I put it there.
Oh.
And then I just sort of walk out and I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, I forgot about that.
Thieving, huh?
Well, unintentionally.
Yeah.
But it has
Allegedly.
become a pattern, so.
You're becoming a habit thief. What do they call that?
Yeah.
A repeat offender.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they call me, man. No, it's not. So, I don't know. A lot of that, God, there's so many beautiful women in the world. It's painful.
What?
It's stressful.
I mean,
A lot
yeah,
of hot,
but
lot of hot
that
moms.
was a jump. Are you delivering to a lot of hot moms, or
It's not a whole lot, but man, when you're in those stores, especially like the health food stores, the yoga pants and it's good.
Let the jury hear that he wanted to make sure before we recorded that we weren't recording at a certain point.
No, he's
Well,
going.
now I'm on the other side of it. So,
But you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
so there's a lot to, it is funny, like, because people order a lot of the time. It's very, very average. Like they get just a bunch of produce and snacks and meat and whatever, and then you have some that are like 6 cases of root beer, 5 cases of the largest goldfish thing that you can buy, and all this stuff. And I'm like, are they having a party, or are they like just stocking up on their favorite stuff, or like what's the story? And I never know, because the whole thing is like you just leave it at the porch and then confirm it, like it's no contact,
You just go shopping at a nearby grocery store to where you're delivering.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, sometimes they really stretch it out, which can be annoying. But like if the nearest specific store is 15 miles away or whatever, sometimes they do that, and it's like fucking A. But it works out. Overall, a lot of the time they're literally like a 5-minute drive, and it's like you pick it up and then they're just like right down the street, and you're like, okay, cool.
So that begs the question: what's the most attractive part of Utah you've delivered to?
Ooh,
Not like geographically, but in terms of people. Where are all the handsome?
oh, like where are they all
attractive
at?
folk, huh?
Well, I mean, look,
East side.
yeah, definitely
I
East
had
Side.
the feeling that would be it.
Yeah.
Depends on your taste somewhat, because the East Side people, for me, it's women. They there's a certain bouginess that's kind of hard to get around. Like that can be a somewhat of a turnoff for me, if they're too like uptight. But I don't know. And then if you want like a hipster girl or whatever, this like Sugar House area, man, you see a
Well, I mean,
lot
that
of
goes
goodies.
without saying.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
But yeah, I would say East Side stuff is good. Rose Park, West Valley, Kearns, Magna, garbage. Throw it out. It's no
Oh.
good.
I was gonna say. Well, that's where a lot of nice people are.
Yeah.
And,
Humble, kind.
yeah. The housewives, kind of.
Yeah.
The
Well-
unbougie.
Yeah.
The unbougie.
The
yeah, I
regular
mean,
folk.
there's seriously that divide, like which direction you go, they completely change, like east or west. It's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
But it is cool. It's satisfying a good amount of times because you find out, oh, well, this person's in a wheelchair, or, oh, there's like reasons that people do it. It's not all just like laziness or whatever. And so that's kind of cool. You get to see a lot of people. And man, I met this property manager in this. Anyway, you meet a lot of people. Okay, I'm going to stop.
What'd you do this week, Eloy?
This week, I requested info from a local hair design school, whatever.
Oh, nice.
That's what they call themselves. About their barber program. They gave me their schedules and like some financial aid information. I'll probably go and do that tonight.
Hell yeah.
I'm
What
getting
kind of
pushed.
financial aid? Is it like, does the government help with that kind of stuff? Is what I want to know.
I don't know. Let's see
Oh
if
my
it gives me
God.
any info here.
Hmm.
Other than that, everybody at my work keeps bugging me to go work at a different store.
What?
Why?
For a higher position.
Oh, okay.
But
Nice.
I like to pretend it's because they're forcing me out. Like, we're sick of your
It's
shit.
possible,
But-
yeah. They're like, look, it's a win-win. Just leave us and have a better job.
Yeah,
It's through FAFSA, so
it's possible then.
FAFSA.ed.gov. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the coding boot camp doesn't do it, so that's why I was wondering.
Mm.
So I wonder what the difference is there, but
Yeah, I haven't gone. It's a very long email. I need to brush through, but
yeah.
Or- long email, brush through. It's just my future, whatever. It's fine. Other than that, I've just been kicking back at home. Been working out a little more regularly.
That's good.
Still hate working out at home.
Yeah. Have you considered going into the gym now that they're open?
Not yet. That's
No.
as much as I like going to the gym. It's still one of the last places I want to go during all this.
Yeah. I've been thinking about doing it, but no, I shouldn't. So, just curious.
I don't know what the environment is like. I don't know how many people are there.
I imagine they still got their money. I don't imagine they were one of the ones hurting because of the
Yeah.
renewing subscription that people are too lazy to cancel. But
You're probably loving that. Like,
yeah,
don't even pay electricity or anything.
no upkeep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
but if that affects your decision as to why to go to the gym, you want to help out those local gyms. Like
Yeah.
24-hour fitness, struggling local business.
Speaking of
Yeah.
not canceling like gym memberships, man, they put mine on pause for a while, but now I know they're
Oh.
open. Have they been charging me? I don't know.
Probably.
We will look at my bank statement.
Yeah. Go over the documents. I mean, they say, like, I've seen the electronic billboards for like Planet Fitness or whatever, and they're like squeaky clean, and they say all this stuff, That's probably the same shit. The guy has the spray bottle and the paper towel, and just they're probably doing the exact same stuff. Like, maybe not.
It's so weird watching them go around the gym because some people are so just nonchalant. They don't care about it.
Yeah, they just leave
They'll
it.
just give it a quick half a spray, wipe it, and walk on. And the
Yeah.
other people are detailing the machine.
Yeah, it used to be a little bit stress-inducing to come up to a machine and it's all moist, but kind of only in like certain spots, and you're like, is that spray or is that sweat? It's a big
I
difference.
have asked myself that question, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm also the asshole that doesn't really wipe down the machine after
You hear this?
It's a good thing you're not going to the
or
gym.
before.
Yeah.
I just go for it, man. I'm showering after anyway. I don't care about other people.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out, Josh, about that. It's a sniff test.
It's a good point.
If you get
Maybe I
lemon,
should.
you're safe, man.
I should just come in for an inspection to decide if I want to join and just go around sniffing all the machines and build up like a ratio. And yeah, there you go.
You work on your smelling ability.
Yeah.
Fuck, what is that called? I don't know. I'm slow today.
Sense of smell.
Yeah, well,
that's what I'd call it. But I don't know what you're
like
thinking.
animals have like a heightened sense of smell, and I think there's like something about them, something about their nose or something. Maybe it's only in monkeys. I don't fucking know.
I don't know either.
Monkeys, the premier sniffers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
So this property manager, tight little body. Okay, I'm done. I'm stopping. I'm sorry.
Share what you want, man.
I think if we just give him a couple more of those pauses, he'll just give us more details every time.
Yeah.
She grew up in Stansbury. I was blown away by that. I'm like, wow. So you actually,
wow,
you actually know
from around there.
So,
that was an easy conversation to start, and it seems like you blew it. You could have been like Stansbury.
Oh no, dude,
okay.
Fuck, man.
I was like, whoa,
we rocked it, man.
He missed the.
No, so I
you
came
missed
in
the past tense verb. Okay, guy.
Yeah, man. Well, that was all it was. But I came in, I had the grocery bags. I'm like, hey, can you tell me where 204 is or whatever? She's like, oh, yeah, let me look. She looks at this paper and she's like, okay, I can see where it's at. I'll just take you there. I'm like, oh, okay, this is new.
Take me anywhere.
Yeah, man. Take me to the moon. And so she's walking me like I'm some kind of dog or whatever. But no, we're walking, we're talking, and it was good. She took her time. It was kind of funny. There's a lot of eye contact. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? But then, and it was nice, it was good. That's all it was. It doesn't have to be anything more. But when I'm done, we drop it off, we're walking back, we're talking, and then we're basically back to the office, the front area, and I think she said like take care or one of those things at the very end, and I was like, okay, yeah, there's nothing there. Like, you know what I mean? There's like that little statement where someone like says something and it's just kind of like this dismissive like wall, and you're like, oh fuck.
I do know what you mean. Take care is one of those.
Yeah, take care is big, man.
But then I think about it like from my own perspective, and I'm like, man, I really want to be nice to this person, so I say something like that.
Yeah.
But so you never know, man. It's still 50-50, really.
It's true.
You gotta go back there.
I know. I'll only do it if it's like natural. I don't want to just show up and it'd be weird. I mean, I do, but I won't. So,
I mean,
you think so? Okay, I'm gonna do it.
No, I just like to talk big when my friends want to hit on people.
Yeah.
I know one time I was at the mall with Ryan, and he saw a girl he really wanted to ask out, but he's like, no, I can't do it. And I'm like, you don't fucking do it. I'm going to go ask her out.
Nice, yeah.
What did he do? He did it.
Nice.
He did it.
Did it go anywhere?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I think it's good to develop that skill. I need to do that more of just like having less. I mean, it's less like approach anxiety, but it's more about less social anxiety, maybe. So maybe I should do that more. Just approach anyone.
Make a pass, man.
Yeah.
Big moves. Ow. Fucking
It's
hit
all-
myself in the face.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I let's just keep going.
it's all about approach, man.
Yeah.
You just gotta go
I'm
in
not
there. You
desperate.
say, "Listen here, listen here."
You and me,
Look,
dinner.
Jack.
Friday night.
Yeah.
Give her no
I
options.
should.
Upsell that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just how would I do that? Like, say you're approaching me.
Oh man.
I'm like,
Hi.
oh hey.
Well, right now I'm gonna talk soft too.
Oh, you can't do that. That's gonna freak her out.
I have to. It's hard for me to talk right now.
Yeah.
I'm saying I would improv with you right now, but
No, Logan's
All right,
onto
we're good.
something. You got to have that that dissonance where it's like,
Yeah.
I'm here to talk to you, but I don't need
But
to
I
be.
don't need it. Yeah. See, dude, that's exactly right. And as soon as you cross that in any way, poof, like they're just like, oh no, this guy's too much. He's needy. It's like, I'm just trying to connect, man. You just want me to be a dog. That's all you want, man. I want to love you and you won't let me. So,
Like the unintentional Jeff Bridges slip.
Buddy.
You're just falling into it.
just let me love you, man. Anyway.
What we got on the docket this week, Logan?
Yeah, where do we...
You don't
Enough
know.
about my broken heart. Let's talk about your broken
How else
body.
That's what I was
been hurt.
trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. Is like me right now. I can't talk loud. I can only talk soft.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
And I think it spiraled off into something else. But I'm glad that Eloy picked something out of that mess.
So what happened, man?
Well,
What's the update?
I died and I came back to
Oh.
heaven or to life, whatever this plane of existence is.
I know.
Well, I was out. I went. This week we're going to be talking about injuries, and here's how it happened for me. Let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna go out to a place called I don't know, what is it called? Herber. I don't know. I forgot about Vernon.
Oh, Vernon.
Totally not even
Herber.
close.
Herber.
Vernon. It's out by Thule.
Yeah.
Tooele.
Somewhat. yeah.
Welly.
That general. That's the route I went.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I blame Tooele because every time I go there, I feel like something bad happens.
It's true.
So I went there. I was just gonna camp overnight with my friend because she invited me over to stay there with her and another one of my friends and her family, which I always feel weird about. I don't like hanging out with people's family.
Yeah, I don't like the family aspect.
It's like I don't know you're I'm friends with you, not your family, but I appreciate the invite, and so I wanted to at least show up. So I did. So I ended up, sleeping there, wake up in the morning, we have breakfast, we talk about some stuff, and then they like, let's get on the four-wheelers. And I'm like, oh, cool, I've never done that before. I'm excited to try it. So we take them up, and there's like these dirt roads that go back into like a little valley. It's kind of like a racetrack, but not like a racetrack. It's like it's like a scenic route through the mountains.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I decided to take those. And I've never been on a four-wheeler, like I said. So, on the straightaways, at one point I was doing like 50 miles an hour. I was like, oh, Jesus, these things haul ass, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of made myself nervous at that point. And then after that straightaway, there's like how when you go down mountains on roads, they'll like wind back and forth down the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It was doing that. So took the first few of those fine. And then at the very last turn at the bottom of the hill, it was like super sharp. And four-wheelers have no traction, I learned. So even though I slowed down and turned right, it just like, spinned out of control. I had to like jump off. There was like a little ravine further back. The four-wheeler almost fell in the ravine, but it stopped like one roll away from it.
Wow.
But anyways, I jumped off on my left side. But I don't know. I was freaking out because I knew the four-wheeler was broken. I hopped back on it. It landed like face up, and so I was like, "Oh, there's something to be saved here." I can save face because my friends were further back. They didn't actually see me fall. But the handlebars were all fucked up. The digital display was like pushed out.
Digital display. Wow.
Yeah, damn.
Well, it's not
a
like
nice one.
I mean, I've never seen a four-wheeler with a digital display, so
Yeah.
But
this is fucking Back to the Future to me.
The ignition like wouldn't start, like the little tube that it was in like pulled out, so it got pretty fucked up. And I was nervous about it because I've cost this friend a lot of money over the years, at least her dad. And I was just like, damn it, this is one more thing. Fuck. So they come rolling up, and they're like, is everything okay? And I'm like, no, it won't start. God damn it. So my friend comes over. She tries to get it started. And I just feel myself like losing consciousness, and I'm like, oh, shit. And then I just collapse, and I wake up with them over me like, hey, what's going on? And I say, I don't know. But I had lost. I got up after they woke me up, and I'm like, fuck. this is worse than I thought. Because I originally thought it was nothing worse than like when I fell off like skateboards as a kid. Like it had that same kind of motion. Like if you guys have ever fallen and rolled, but the momentum was enough to get you back to your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did that. I was in pain, of course, but I was like, oh, I can just, walk it off. But I don't know. I was like, I got to get out of here. Like I'm losing consciousness. We got to go. We're like a mile and or like an hour and a half from the nearest hospital.
Ooh.
So I was just like, I got to go. But my vision, I thought I was going to be blind for a while. Pretty interesting. Like I could only see brown and like blurry shapes.
Whoa.
And I was like stumbling around, and then once they helped me back on the other 4-wheeler, they were like, you need to sit here and rest. And I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like I know how far away I am from a hospital. We gotta go.
Yeah.
And so they sat me down on the 4-wheeler, and my friend was taking me back to camp on it, and I just had my head resting on her, like between her shoulder blades, like trying not to lose consciousness, because I thought I was concussed at first, but
I was wondering.
Yeah.
When I heard about it, my mind went all over the place.
Yeah.
Sounds like you had some of that. Fuck.
Yeah. My phone was broken, so I mean, I couldn't really get a hold of anybody, and so there's a lot of like misinformation going around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot of that the very same night, and it's just like, I'm just gonna listen to this one person only.
Yeah. But so yeah, we got back to camp. My like side and was bleeding and all this other like my back, my side. But my friend's dad drove me back. We had an awkward conversation. He was like, I was in agony, right? So like I have a broken collarbone, a broken rib.
He was like, so you destroyed another one of my things, huh?
I was fully expecting it. Yeah. But I don't know. He was talking about other injuries that he's seen, like people that he knows who have had like 4-wheeler accidents or his own accidents doing like BMX. And so I think he was trying to comfort me in that way where it's like, we all bail out, and it's like, it's not that I, fucked up and am hurt. It's that I have to pay you for this after having like cost your daughter like cars, her hands. Not her.
We told this story on here before, I think.
How did she drive the? Just kidding. But holy shit. Yeah, you've probably talked about it. I don't know.
She like fell off one of the cars and then like scraped up her hands
on the hood.
Yeah.
There's bills and medical emergencies and stuff.
Jesus.
But eventually, like when we were driving back into town, he just started talking about like the riots and politics and stuff. And I'm not necessarily opposed to talking about that stuff, but when I'm in like the passenger seat, like, oh
time
my
and
God,
place,
I'm fucking,
Yeah.
I'm dying right here. And I think he was just trying to like, he was nervous too.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh man, I was just like, yeah, man, yeah. And it was just like such a bad time to be talking about like the fucking Confederate flag flying and the Confederate statues. He wasn't saying anything like crazy. He was, he was one of the people that are like, you need to put it in a museum or whatever. But I was just kind of like
trying to keep talking, keep your mind off of it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, can we not do this right now? But, but yeah, I went to the Instacare. I guess I had neglected to tell them I lost consciousness on the phone, because once I told them that, they were like, the worry on their face was like, oh shit, like, oh man. So they sent me to the actual hospital. And they sent me like, they did MRI scans, or CAT scans. I don't know the difference. Whatever the one is where you're like going back and forth and the little like rotating camera thing.
I think it's a cat.
Yeah. Well, they did that. X-rays. Apparently nothing's wrong with my head, but the broken bones and the punctured. Why I'm taking deep breaths is because it's the punctured lung.
Yeah.
Punctured, huh?
Yeah.
So you tell me, because I heard something different on that too. What state are you in at the moment?
Right now, I'm in recovery.
What happened? What's the diagnosis here? I heard collapsed lung,
That's what I
not
heard.
puncture.
Well, I think it's the same thing. I don't know. I've been using them interchangeably. I don't know. Now, let me Google this.
I don't know. Punctured sounds quite a bit different.
I know. I can't tell which would be worse. to
Neither
be
sound
honest.
great. But
Well, what I think happens is like when the rib like pokes a hole in the lung, that's puncturing the lung,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
the collapsed lung is like that you have two separate airways. Like, I don't know. Let me look it up here. But I'm pretty sure it's mostly the same thing.
But are you at maybe not full capacity, but more or less as far as like breathing, or is that a further along issue? Or is it just like healing up?
I think it's healing up. I went to get like a follow-up x-ray yesterday and they haven't let me know, but I mean, just speaking, I can talk more like I can talk with longer periods of time and clearly now than I could before, but as I'm sitting here talking, like I'm realizing like I'm still not 100%, like
Yeah.
I still have to take
understandable.
breaths and shit like that. So
I was a little relieved on that front when it was your idea to record today.
Yeah.
I was ready to take an off week.
I know.
I hate taking off weeks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Gotta
I was
do it.
just I was relieved that you felt up to it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because it's a good sign in its own way,
and I heard you speaking in the background of the phone when I was on the phone
Yeah.
with Rachel. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Sorry.
Oh. I was gonna say she was good. She stayed with me for most of the part until my mom got there. But she I felt kind of bad because I passed out in front of her too, like twice.
Mm.
So she passed out at the hospital again while they were like cleaning my wounds. Apparently, it was like a similar reaction to like when people see too much blood. Like it's called a vagal response or something. Vagal vascular response, some shit like that.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, you just pass out. Like all the blood, like you have all your blood pressure like drops really fast, so your heart like shuts down and then it like kicks back on. Pretty interesting though. I woke up with my head like against the bar of the bed, like ugh. Everything was wet because I was dousing my hand in like a soap water. I thought I peed myself. I asked Rachel that. I was like, "Did I pee myself, or did the water get on me?" She's like, "The water spill." I was like, "Thank God." Thank God.
Was it basically just a blank void between that? Like just lost time, or was there any sort of...
Yeah. Well, I kept fucking telling the nurse like I need water, like I'm really thirsty. I'm like before I passed out, I was like I'm feeling super hot. Like I'm losing consciousness, I'm losing vision. I kept saying this to her and she just kept going.
Wow.
And then I fucking passed out and I was exhausted. And so yeah, it was just like blank space between the times, but I sometimes I wonder if I just had that fucking water that I kept asking for. So I don't know. I keep thinking back to my trip. They had me stay overnight to make sure the punctured lung or the collapsed lung didn't get worse. But
Yeah.
they, I don't know. The more I think about my stay there, I think they kind of were just lackadaisical in a lot of ways about it. But I don't know. So that's what I've been doing, nursing this back to health. I don't know. I feel like I want to get back to like work and stuff, but people keep saying, just take it off. You have time to take it off. But then I don't know.
Then I can't use that later type thing, or what is the main?
For me, it's like I just don't like staying home and not doing anything all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I also feel like a piece of shit if I know I can work, but I'm not working. So, and I don't know. People just say you might as well take it off. Let it get better. I think I actually like re-broke my collarbone last night trying to open the pill bottle.
Oh,
So like I heard a big pop and then like it hurt really bad. So
how did they set all that stuff?
They didn't.
They didn't?
They're just like, here's this sling for comfort, the doctor said. And so I wasn't wearing it for a while because it was like, oh, it's just for comfort and I feel fine without it. But then I was reading online and they're like, well, you kind of want to not move as much as possible. And I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. That's what happened with my elbow. And so I'm wearing this more out of like, I don't trust the doctor than I am anything else.
But do you think you could sit at work and type and all that with it being the way that it is?
I've wondered, like, I've tried to like put my arm up, like how I type, and tried to do like the range of motions. And I think I could get away with it for a little while, but I think 8 hours might be a little long.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think so.
For it. So, I don't know. I also have to get like FMLA approved, which is like a whole pain in the ass. You got to send it back to the doctor, and the doctor's got to send it to work. And part of me is just like, I'd rather just fucking work in pain than deal with this shit. So, but yeah, that's basically it, man. I don't know. Things have been getting better. The pain pills are good.
Yeah, what'd they give you? Got any? Just kidding. But
they got.
I'm glad it helped.
They got high dosage, like 600 milligram ibuprofen, and then oxycodone.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
I thought you.
Now you're cooking. Those kind of make me nauseous the times I've had to take them, though. Do you have any?
You're the third person to say that. I've only taken them once, and they were good, I guess. They helped me sleep. I took them before bed, so I don't really know. I woke up with kind of feeling a little nauseous, but
that's not too bad.
Not a lot. So
you know what I think?
What?
It's a great time to start smoking weed, man.
Yeah. Maybe.
Just relax, take it all in.
Maybe not smoke, but maybe like
some kind. Oh, true. With the long, you don't want to
partake.
Some edibles or whatever. I thought it was funny because I had heard from Anna, like Vincent's mom, hey, are you with Logan? Do you know what happened? Yeah. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? I just knew he was going to be gone, like, for the night. That's all I knew. And so she's asking me, and then I'm trying to ask other people if they know, and then they're telling me one thing, and then I asked them, and they said, no, I thought they were with them, and it was like this whole circle. And then kind of started to get more info as time went on, and then finally talked to Eloy, and that was like the main source.
Josh made me feel like shit. He's like, why didn't you tell us when you found out?
Yeah,
like, I've been trying to find out the details myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I let Eloy know because I figured he would be the intermediary for everybody. I feel like you had everybody's number who needed to know, but I didn't express that you needed to let them know. I just kind of figured you would.
I mean, I wanted to know what was happening before I went spreading news. At that point, all I could say was, "Hey, Logan's hurt. He's in the hospital." That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I knew. Well, God, I heard from multiple sources too that all you had to say about it, Logan, was like, make sure the cats get fed.
Yeah.
I found that so funny because I'm like, is he unconscious? Like, is he, what's going on? Like, how bad is it? Blah, blah, blah. And then it's just like, feed the cats, please.
I did think that was pretty funny. That was all I was told is that.
Yeah. I heard that from you, from Anna. Like, oh my God. It's just, that's it. Like, I guess that was good because it didn't come off as super serious when I heard that. So I'm like, he's conscious. He's speaking. He's got clear thought. Because I just heard like medical surgery or something and all this, and I'm like, my God, what's going on?
I was with our friend Georgie, and he was texting Brittany, and Georgie heard something about surgery. So I'm like, wait, what the fuck? So I texted Rachel. He's going into surgery, and she's just like, nah. Not even no. It's kind of like, nah. He's just in the hospital.
Well, they were like debating it, I think, when they weren't exactly sure like how bad the collapsed lung was and stuff. But
yeah, that one's real scary.
But I don't know. I the whole like feed the cats thing, man. I don't know. To me, it was like I didn't think it was a big deal because my mind is always like, oh, it could have been worse. Like,
yeah.
Like, the fact that my head wasn't fucked up, I was kind of like, oh.
I'm not going to slip into a coma. So.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
I don't know. If I yeah, if I was like still not being able to see, I probably wouldn't give a damn about the cats.
Yeah, that's why I read it as a good thing, more or less. Like,
But
yeah,
I don't know. I did realize how reliant I am on, cellular devices for communication.
yeah,
Because that was like a main worry of mine, was like all the miscommunication that I felt like might be happening, just going around, and then I found out that it was happening in a lot of ways. So, because I just,
See, and that's why I knew Rachel was there for at least a little bit, so I'm just tuning everything else out. So
yeah, I don't know. She she was good. She stayed there, and yeah.
is
There's
that
a-
the like LDS friend or whatever?
Yeah,
that you like play games with once in a while. Or something?
yeah. She
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure.
she asked me to help her move, like before we went four-wheeling. She's like, yeah, moving out on August 1st. I'm really happy about it. Like I bought a condo. It's gonna be awesome. She was like showing me pictures and stuff. And then I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be helping you with that. So
I think she recruited me to take your spot.
yeah,
She's like, yeah, Logan was gonna help until he destroyed himself, is what she said.
yeah.
And I'm like, damn, what a lucky guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to help you move anymore.
My mom was
why you did it.
Yeah, my mom was actually asking me to do that this weekend. Actually, today.
I liked it. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe it was all planned out.
Yeah, that sounds like
Never
it.
hit the brakes.
My mom was actually asking if you and Ryan wanted to help move, like take down cabinets at her house and stuff. But that's happening on Saturday. So,
Could I don't know.
well, you guys are going camping. That's what I told her.
Oh right, most likely. I don't know yet.
But so yeah, that's one of my injuries. 46 minutes in. So go ahead.
There's a lot to discuss.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that is kind of the main thing to
Yeah.
talk about, really.
I mean, I was sent a no context picture of
yeah.
Logan in the hospital bed, and that's how I first found out. No details, nothing.
Oh wow.
So I'm like zooming in on every inch of the picture, like where is he hurt? What's going on?
Yeah.
And I saw that his hand was a little torn up, and I'm like,
I don't
oh
know
God,
if
did
Eli
he?
showed this to you, but
I didn't know if I wanted
Yeah, I
to
never
spread
got to
that.
see Wow.
Yeah, like if you look at his right hand, it's like bleeding and everything. I'm like, did he fucking slit his
Oh,
wrists or
fuck.
what the hell's going on?
Whoa. Yeah. Look at that.
yeah,
That's all I could
Well,
tell
you guys
visually.
can't,
So
I was I told Rachel, I was telling Rachel to get a hold of you, and she's like, well, what do you want me to say? And I was like, just send him a like, no context photo in the group chat.
I fucking you asshole.
But I thought I looked better than I did.
No, you look
And
You
then
look fucked, man.
destroyed.
That face.
Deathly.
Yeah.
I closed my eyes to make it like exaggerated, and then the
You
mask.
gotta send me that. I
is
wanna
covering my
Photoshop
shit.
it or something.
But
See, like even like a gape mouth, I probably would have even felt better. Oddly enough, the mask doesn't help anything.
Yeah, because then you would know he was like conscious at least, or just the general like emotion. But yeah, it's just like blank, like
It's
eyes
very-
in the back of the head.
Very vegetable-esque in that picture. Not gonna lie.
but it had the effect that I wanted. I guess mostly, it got your attention.
Did
It
he
grabbed your
slit
attention.
his wrists? Oh my god!
I was like,
that's where you're.
looking at it. I'm like, how is it like? Did he fall and just tear it up? But then I'm like, it looks too like streamlined.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Be weird if you did it left-handed, but I guess I'm glad it wasn't that. That's just a crazy like lane to go down in your mind, So I can only imagine
I wish there were
kinda
more
spiral.
steps between. Did he fall and scrape his wrist to did he slit his wrist? But
that's
it was kind of like a straight line.
shit.
My fucking mom, when I had Rachel text her, I think Rachel sent something like, "Hey, this is Rachel, Logan's friend. Like call me when you get a minute." And then she's just like, my mom texted back like, "What? Like, who are you?"
Yeah.
And Rachel was just like, I'm his friend. Like, I have information that you might want to hear. Just call me.
Oh my
Logan's in the
God.
hospital. And she's just like, okay. Like my mom didn't believe it for so long.
Yeah.
And I don't know. My mom kept saying it's one of those things that you don't want to believe is, happening. But I just think it's funny that, my mom's first response is to be like, what?
Okay.
Are you real?
It's like, you're
It was like
pranking me.
disbelief and not so much like, you pranking me?
Yeah.
You trying to scam me out of some money?
That's what I got.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got, was that she felt like it was a scam or something. Like some Nigerian prince asking for money.
I know.
It's just like, no, just call the damn number. But I don't know. I'm grateful for my mom, as much as it's these kinds of things where you realize, even though I don't want to spend too much time with my family, I'm happy that I can at least call them and they'll show up to the hospital. But
Yeah, I get that.
I only cried once. It's fine.
That's not bad. I probably would more than that. I don't know.
It just sucks because it's like, I'm all nice. I'm like, all right. I think I'm processing what this means. My emotions are intact. And then as soon as your fucking mom gets there, it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't help when she's like, it's okay, you can cry. Like those fucking words. I almost got mad about it because I was like, don't say that shit. That's
It's
not
not your
helping.
fault.
But it was good. It was good. I think my mom wanted me to stay at home, and it's just like, I gotta go. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that, man. So, I think you should just stay with us for a while. And you're like, nah, I don't think it hurts that bad.
That's why when when I had told, I think my mom that you were at home, she's like his house or like his mom's, like home or
yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know which is which in this.
Yeah. Something about the motherly instinct, I suppose, but I don't know. I don't like being waited on, even like just having all this episode mostly devoted to this. I feel weird about. I don't like the attention. And let me tell you, it's really annoying getting the same "Are you okay?" message. And I know it's like from a
Right.
good place, but it's just like fucking. I wish this wasn't me.
That makes sense.
I don't want the attention. Fucking
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to approach that. I'm like, it's really, all I can really ask is, are you okay?
yeah.
I could hit you with just a hey you up.
Hey, you up?
Yeah.
That dick still works.
You say that, but it was all these things that were running through my head. Like I had lost vision. I'm like, what if my dick doesn't work?
Yeah.
What if my toes don't work? These are all thoughts I had laying in the hospital bed.
I bet.
No lie.
When
They gave me a stool softener. And I was like,
wow.
oh shit, is that gonna have to be a regular thing
Oh,
for a
no.
while? Where I can't
boy.
but we're so far so good. Made brown once.
Yeah. Just one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I try to,
Made
before
brown.
this
I've
occasion.
never heard that terminology before.
But yeah, I don't know. It's good. Came out okay.
Yeah, all good.
A little bit of flexing, but not too much.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping that I did poop in the hospital with the stool softener because I've never pooped on stool softener, and just wondering what it would be like, But it didn't happen.
Oh man.
So-
Like bedpan or like
Maybe
get
next
into
time.
the.
I think they wanted me to bedpan.
Yeah.
Man. They had like a urinal thing.
Wow.
They had like a little canister that I had to pee in a bunch.
Oh yeah.
Gonna be honest. Sometime I sprayed a little, got on the pillow next to me. I was
I
like, oh
bet.
shit.
It's just like Walmart all over again. There was a patient in the other room. Somehow.
Oh my god. There was another bed over there, and I'm like, I'm glad there's not COVID, because how embarrassing would it be to, fucking grab that little like milk carton and pee in it
And just listen
Yeah.
to it.
It just has like a big lid on it, right? Like
Yeah.
I think I've seen them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have
Well-
a spout or no?
No, they just like
It's just like a milk carton.
it was so
thing.
fucked because they're like, we just need to see that you're peeing okay. Like that's what made me think about my dick not working. They're like, we need to make sure you're peeing enough. And so I did it once, and I'm like, okay, that's it. And then I can just go fucking pee.
Yeah.
But they had these like things on my leg that would like compress and decompress to simulate walking, so
Huh.
that I didn't get blood clots. They said.
Wow.
But so yeah, I was just I peed once, and I'm like, oh, that's it, that's over, I'm done with. But then they're just like, I just hear the nurse come in, empty it in the toilet, flush it, and then put it back and walk. I'm like, oh, this is supposed to keep happening.
Yeah.
So I peed like 3 or 4 times in that urinal. That was fun.
How tall is it? Do you think?
Like
a foot?
Probably about as big as your coffee mug or Eloy's,
Eloy's.
mug, yeah. Little thermos.
Yeah. 10 inches or something.
Yeah.
How much and how wide? Is it kind of like the half-gallon milk?
Yeah, like a half-gallon milk, yeah.
How much did you fill it each time?
You know, there was...
So this is a 20-ounce bottle. If you
Yeah,
had
okay.
to...
Okay.
Well, you have to realize I wasn't standing up while I was doing this. Like, I had to, like, lean over on my bedside.
Yeah.
And so it was, or what I learned to do is just to, like, hold it up enough at an angle that it won't spill out, but that I'm approaching the lid, you know?
So you kind of had to like roll onto your side and do it, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun.
Man. Did they leave the
And,
room at least?
Well, one time she was like, "I'm here to help," and I'm like, "I can do it. Just leave. Just leave." No,
Yeah.
actually, what it was is she wanted to help when I was supposed
Hold
to
it.
walk to the bathroom for the first
Okay.
time. She's like, "I'll be here. Like, if you need help," and I'm like, "I'm fine. Just let me fucking go." Like, you wouldn't help me with pee in the goddamn milk carton, but you will actually the actual toilet. Go fuck yourself.
Well, but you know, you might
A very
pass
caring
out or
nurse,
some
yeah.
shit. She doesn't know. Like,
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you could have, you know, held the goddamn urinal while I peed or something.
yeah, it's true.
Then again, I didn't ask because they had like the little like remote that you can call for help. But
Okay.
I don't know. What was really annoying is having the IV in your arm, and if you like move your arm in such a way it'll like cut off the flow, then
Oh yeah.
it starts going beep beep beep, and it sucks, and you have to get the nurse. Just sucked.
You able to sleep much at all?
No, it's the
Oh.
worst night of my sleep. Worst night of sleep I've had in my life, hands
Yeah.
down. It was awful. But
They have a TV in there.
yeah.
What were you watching?
The next morning I was
Johnny
watching
Carson.
the news. I was watching a little bit of The Office. I don't think I like The Office as much as other people do. I'll be honest.
I'm meh about The Office.
Yeah.
I think
It's
it's
a real,
fine.
it's a real roller coaster. Sometimes I'm like, I hate this show. Other times I'm like, this is kind of funny.
It's funny. It's technically fine. I don't get like which. I'm
It's
such
not-
a Jim. Like
it's-
which one are you? It's like no. I
It's
don't.
not
Yeah.
the cultural phenomenon people hype it up to be.
Yeah.
I think there's an issue with that being as popular as it is because it's a reflection of our social conditioning that you should enjoy being in a tan box for all of your fucking life, man. That's why I don't like The Office because I don't want to relate to that.
You
know?
especially the early seasons of that show, man. It was a lot of stuff was funny back then. Not
Yeah,
now.
there's a lot of doesn't really hold up. But it's like, oh well, that was the point to like be sarcastic or whatever. It's like, yeah, but it's still kind of on the line. Like, I know what you mean.
They
PC stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the episode I watched was kind of funny, I guess. They like what's the main guy? Steve Carell's like arguing with one of the other guys about why China is like dangerous to the United States or whatever. And they just sit down in a coffee shop and are arguing about it. And then at the end when Steve Carell like gets owned, he's just like, you know, this is what makes America great. We get to sit down and talk about this, and you know, that's what, I don't know. It was you know, you had to be there.
Yeah.
One of those things.
No, it's
I'll
a
get
good
there
show.
eventually. I'm watching
Yeah.
it at the moment. So.
Nice.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Every once in a while, The Office hurts me.
Yeah.
You know what else has hurt me? Concerts. Concerts aplenty.
Why?
Is that a decent segment? It was okay. It was
Yeah.
middle of the road. I was trying to think of injuries on my way here that I've had,
Yeah.
and I can't think of any like particularly big ones. There was one time I thought I broke my tailbone.
Mm.
I'm not sure because I never went to the hospital for it. So I probably didn't because that would have been pretty severe.
It's not my fault.
Oh, I know what you're thinking
Oh, he
of,
knows.
but it's not that.
Oh, I thought you blamed me for the broken tailbone all these years.
Oh, no, I blamed you for a hurt tailbone for a minute. And I think after like a year or so later, Logan kicked me right in the tailbone one time, and I like to give
Whoa.
him shit about it.
No.
But then
happen.
I think like a year after that or something, I went to a concert and I dived off. I stage dove, whatever.
Yeah. I've never done
Jumped
that.
off the stage, and the crowd caught every part of me except like, well, just mostly my limbs, really. So
None of
my
the like major weight area.
yeah, so my ass went and smacked the ground like
Ooh,
full force.
damn.
And I got up and so many thoughts were going through my mind. My vision was a little hazy. I was there with a friend. I'm like, should I go find my friend? Should I just like crouch down and cry? Should
Yeah.
am I gonna shit myself? I don't know. I was all
Make
over
brown.
the place. I almost, yeah.
Should I make brown?
So then I'm like, there you go. I looked around for a total of maybe 5 seconds. I'm like, I don't see my friend. So I went and just sat on the steps. I didn't cry. Really felt
good.
like it.
It's okay if you did, but okay.
But like I couldn't sit. So I was kind of like laying on the stairs, just going up on my side. So,
What?
like, I don't know. It's just
Like a
Fuck.
half army crawl type?
no, like I was laying,
You're like a,
I think on my right side, just, and it was not comfy, but it was a lot better than sitting on my ass. I don't
Oh, okay, but you weren't like climbing the stairs.
No, I was
Okay,
just like
that's what I-
resting there.
Okay.
It looked like I was trying to take a nap on the stairs.
Okay. I thought you said you were like going up the stairs on one side. I'm like, what are you doing?
That'd be a lot. 'Cause it was
Yeah.
2 steps. So, but yeah, that was, I think that's the worst pain I've ever been in.
Yeah.
And Jesus, I don't know. It's just,
Do you
I still feel like I feel it every now and again.
That was my
I
question.
bet.
And my mom, who actually broke her tailbone, says
Doing what?
she,
Yeah,
I don't know.
did. I
No.
broke that tailbone. Sorry.
hey,
Just kidding.
I don't know. She says she still feels a little tender every now and again. So
Yeah, me too.
Eloy's
wonder.
tender too. About that joke, he's tender.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
maybe it's from Logan kicking me. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Could be. What was that about?
Doubt.
I don't know. I think we were just screwing around and he fucking kicked me. Happened to make 100% connection with my tailbone.
Jesus.
I don't know. There was a as kids, I think there was a lot of ass play, you know.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of slapping ass, a lot of
Oh,
kicking
okay.
ass.
Okay.
Whenever I've
No digital insertion.
No.
Okay.
digital.
Fingers.
Oh,
Your
like
digits.
digits. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were talking about. Whenever I would get flack for
Like
like
you're gonna say whenever I got fellatio.
I would think back to that moment. Whenever I would get flack for being in the bathroom for too long, probably because I'm just screwing around on my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it's because Logan kicked me in the tailbone. I've never been right since.
See, and I thought it
Like you
was
gotta get
serious
that
all this
squatty
time
potty.
because your mom would say that kind of shit to me too. And I was like, oh, if the parents say it, then it must be true.
Logan just fucking so much force. He rewrote my bladder. I don't know.
Rewrote the bladder.
Changed my
Damn.
whole genetic structure. I don't know.
Yeah, sounds like it. That's the root chakra, you know. He threw off your whole thing.
Yeah, you just needed to meditate as a kid. That was all.
Yeah, that's all it was.
I could talk about a 4-wheeling accident I've been in. I've rolled a couple, nothing too serious. The funniest one is I was riding around behind my dad, or on a separate 4-wheeler. I was following him. He had gone off this big old like bank and then just like a straight drop. And he managed to stay on and just he tried to ride back up and tell me to stop, but it was too late. So I fucking flew straight off. I smacked the ground real hard and it was enough to like pop me off.
Yeah.
But somehow my left shoelace had wrapped around the handlebar.
Oh.
So it dragged me a good 5 to 10 feet somewhere in there. It hurt. Yeah. But thankfully I was at sand dunes, so it wasn't the worst.
Okay.
And it was more funny because I was just like trying to claw at the ground.
Yeah.
And it's sand, so there's no fucking, it's just no give.
Oh.
Or it's all give, I should say.
I was wondering if I had the same accident on sand, would it have been the same? And I don't know if it would because it was a lot of like rocks and dirt.
Yeah, I think you would have come out of it a bit better.
I also wonder if I was fatter, if it would have been okay.
Maybe.
Like, you know,
Because you're
When
just
did this
making
happen?
straight bone contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This happened 6 years ago, minimum.
Okay. So you weren't as bulky then?
No, I was a lot skinnier.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking for validation as to why I should eat more like fat guys or fat guys.
Fat guys.
Five guys, excuse me. Freudian slip. Freudian
Fat
slip.
guys, burgers, and fries. That is the truth.
Oh my god.
I mean, that could very well be a factor. You're just making
Yeah.
like straight bone to ground contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of weed to smoke and a lot of fast food to eat. That's what I'm gathering.
Hey man. I got time on my hands.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jesus. Well, now I kind of I have not had any major injuries, so I can't really compare. I mean, I think I've talked about like both of these probably in the past. Like in junior high, we were playing dodgeball. A kid hit me. I fell. I tried to catch my break, like falling backwards, and yeah, my wrist just like snapped when I hit the ground. And it was like they say, where you don't really realize it at first, and then you like lift up and look at it, and it's like the bones jutting out, and then you feel all the pain like right then.
Yep.
So there was that. Had the cast, all that. It wasn't. I mean, it hurt, but I mostly remember it just being all floppy and weird. That's mostly what I remember, just in my mind.
Do you still feel like a weird joint in your
Yeah.
wrist still?
I used to like. Once it was all healed up and everything, junior high, high school, I remember mowing the lawn. Well, we had they have a pretty big backyard in the front, so I would do both. And I remember just like the vibration of the handle, it would start to hurt pretty bad in that right arm, you know. But I don't know. I think overall we're pretty good at this point, you know.
Yeah. That's how it is with my elbow too. Like
Yeah.
when if a little girl pushed me off the playground, I love that that's how I broke my elbow. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a weird feeling that you get. You haven't broken any bones either, have you?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for maybe your tailbone. That's an
Possibly.
asterisk by that.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel like
true.
I was very tolerant of the pain if I did. So
Hmm.
from what I hear, like it's miserable. And I was in pain for maybe like a week after that, but I hear it sticks around for a while. So
Yeah.
who knows? Up in the air.
Yeah, probably okay. I don't know. Could have minor damage, but not enough to.
I don't know. I'm also just so much. I'll deny so much.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, my shoulder has been in pain for like 3 weeks. It's nothing. I'm sore. That must be it. It's just, it's growing pain.
You could, well, okay, here's a thing. It's not really like a major pain thing, but I remember, God, it was kind of this whole weird thing. Like, I was going up to Ogden this is when I was like making and selling the e-juice and all that. And we were talking to this guy online, and he said he was a distributor and he wanted to have like a meeting, and he made it seem like this whole thing. And we go out to Ogden, me and the guy I'm doing it with, and this other guy, Caleb, that was just kind of around, but in a good way. I don't mean it to sound bad. We're going up to Ogden. I'm driving, and my right shoulder was like sore, and I couldn't really figure out why. So I kept like pulling it back and kind of like adjusting in my seat and everything. And I didn't know what had happened, but I felt like I couldn't breathe, and I was kind of like, I think the panic made it a lot worse because I started to like, I felt like I couldn't breathe. And so then I start like panting and my heart's racing and blah, blah, blah. So then I really can't breathe, and it becomes like this kind of loop that I'm in. And my arm started to feel kind of like numb, like my right arm. And I'm like, am I having a fucking heart attack? Like, what is going on? Then so my anxiety is just like spinning out of control. And I'm like, I got to go to a hospital. I don't know what's going on. So we go to, it's called McKay D in Ogden. I still owe them like $1,200, but I haven't heard about that in a long time. But just can't go to that hospital again. But so they put me in the ER, and I'm like, you need to check my oxygen. Check my oxygen. I can't breathe. I don't know what's going on. And they put me in the little bed, and they just, they're just acting super like nonchalant, like you're bugging them. And it's like, this is your job. This is what this place is for. I'm not bothering you. Like, I'm here for a reason, and so are you. So that shit pisses me off. And it wasn't even worth it because, well, I guess we'll get there, but check the oxygen, and it's like 98% or whatever, and I'm fine. It's not that. They can't find anything wrong. They're just like, I don't know, pulled muscle and a panic attack, and I'm just like, okay, well, why am I here? Basically, like, it kind of bugged me because they just kept me in the room and then just kind of like disappeared, and I sat there for like almost an hour, and so I just got out of the bed and I'm like, I'm going, dude. I don't know what the point of this is. It's like I feel fine now, and then we went to this little meeting with this guy, and it was in this like warehouse unit, like, I don't really know, like a big garage door that comes up, and then you're in this little space. And it was just some guy that like sells like frozen seafoods and kendamas and all this bullshit, and he's like, I want to be your exclusive distributor, and it was all this whole bullshit, and he was smoking a cigarette when we pulled up, so it was like, this guy's not, so it wasn't even worth it. That whole thing was not worth it. And the pain stayed though, like after that, you know, and I was still kind of having a hard time breathing, and I went to a chiropractor, and the one I went to doesn't do like physical adjustment with his hands. He uses like this machine that like goes down your spine and clicks when it finds like a pressure point, and then it just like, it's kind of like the ED machine. It just sits there and like vibrates it, puts it back in place. So he did that, and he came down to like that area, and he just kept going and going, and I'm like, man, there must be something there, you know. And he's like, yeah, one of your ribs had kind of popped out of place. Well, it was like the shoulder had created this tension that pushed that over, and so it was this whole thing. And you know, he adjusted all of it, and within that day, like maybe by that night, it had gone away. So I don't know, man. If you got, it's just weird how little shit like that can create all these other issues, you know. So go see a chiropractor, maybe. I don't know. Fix up that shoulder. Or get a massage. Swedish. Oh, that's a whole other. I've been on Tinder and all that, and I've matched with a few people, and they use the exact same script for sensual massage and all this. So don't do that. That's probably a scam. But go see a real person. Get her done.
Get her done.
You know, but you can't do that for your injuries, Logan. That takes real medical care. You know.
Well, sometimes I feel like I didn't get it.
Yeah,
you're talking about the nonchalant shit, man.
Yeah.
And I was telling the dude, like, sometimes when I like shift, like there's a pop, and he's just like nodding his head, like, yeah. He didn't answer me, like whether or not that was normal. He's just like, okay,
yeah,
all right, well, here's your prescription. I'm just like, hey man, tell me at least that it's normal. Fuck
yeah,
that says so much about our medical industry right now. Just take these pain pills, get out of here.
Yeah, and there's even like a sign that says, before we prescribe, like, fucking, what is the word? What is the epidemic? The
opioids.
Opioids.
Yeah.
Do you need it? Ask your doctor all these questions.
Yeah,
but so
maybe there's something to be said about me being in constant denial about everything. I don't have to deal with that.
It sounds like you should go work there because they have the same attitude.
That's fair. Should go into the medical field. I never realized.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, weren't one of us looking at medical jobs? But no, yeah, it was you. Yeah. The ED thing. How'd that pan out?
It didn't go anywhere. I didn't hear back or anything.
Oh, that's too bad.
You know what was annoying about that is I was there, and I did the first interview, and then they had me go sit in this like lobby, and this guy shows up, and he's one of these guys where he's tall and he's got decently thin legs, I guess, or just average, but then he's real top heavy, you know, one of those bodies. And he's wearing this like striped sweater, like multicolor striped sweater, and he's got little like rimless glasses and blonde hair that's very just suave and put together. And he's, you know, he's got a chest on him, you know, that's what I'll say. And real nice guy, overly sweet, probably LDS or whatever. And guess what? His name's Josh. And then they're like, oh, okay, you're also here, Josh. So that guy probably got the job, man. I don't know.
Off of your merits, they got
Off
the
of
names.
my merits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
maybe
what
they
I'm
meant to
saying,
call
yeah.
me. And they called him.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, but based on his body size,
Real empathetic. You know?
it seems like he fits the bill for that kind of treatment.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know what that means.
Maybe he can relate.
Yeah,
He's got
Maybe.
circulation.
maybe that's
issues.
why he has no bottom half.
Yeah. No, he was a soft man. Maybe that's what they wanted more. That's what I'm saying.
Saying, what are you saying?
Well, not soft in that way that they treat people for, but he's probably a sweeter guy. You know, he's a little more, maybe even submissive. I don't know. I feel like I give off a vibe sometimes of like, oh, this guy's going to be trouble if we hire him. So that's my own issue.
I mean,
'Cause
it could
they're
be.
probably right.
I don't know. I think there's
see.
merit, to being a soft guy.
Yeah.
Speaking as
working.
one.
No, you know what I'm
I
saying.
do.
There's types. He's probably married. That's what's funny about it.
Mm.
Is you think like, oh man, I almost feel bad for this guy, but he's probably got a good life.
And a roaring sex life, even. Those are the kinds of
Well,
people.
don't push it.
No, I'm saying those are the kinds of people
Really?
that
Get
the
freaky.
least expected. I hear stories back at work where there's dudes going around being like, "Do you want to have a threesome?" Just to random girls. Me and my wife are looking for a threesome. You want to hang out with us? But they're like the most timid person ever when it comes to other shit. But when it comes to the sex, they're like, "Yeah,
Very interesting.
let's fuck."
It's where they
It's true.
unleash.
There's a lot of people like that. There's
Let's fuck.
you'd never expect it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Maybe I'm missing out. Interesting.
maybe. Maybe you do need to be the dog. You said.
I did get asked that at a call center years ago. This guy that was pretty like
Are you a dog?
meek. Well, no, but he was saying that him and his wife were looking for like a play partner, or however they
Oh.
put it, and
You got proposition.
I just kind of shut it down. I was like, oh, I don't know.
Oh,
That sounds weird. Maybe I'd do it now.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I've never been offered. I don't know what I would say in that situation, but
Yeah. Well, then are you making eye contact with some guy you don't know? Like, well, you're both doing your thing.
maybe you're doing the thing to him. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe you're only doing.
Maybe
the thing
I
to her.
am.
You never know.
Yeah,
you
maybe.
just gotta
Maybe he's
take a
cuck.
shot.
Yeah.
See
There's
what you're getting
apps
into.
for it. Should I get on there? See what happens?
There's ways to do it. Maybe they're into blindfolds. And
True.
You get away with that out that way.
That's a good point. Or like the
Then you don't know who's sucking your dick.
masquerade mask or whatever. Yeah.
True story.
I don't know that.
And then when people ask you, have you ever gotten like your dick sucked by a dude? You just say, I don't know. Possible.
It's hard to say. Yeah, I would love that as an answer. But it's like, well, I couldn't really tell. And they're like, huh? What does that mean?
Yeah, as curious a guy as I am, I think I'd shy away from that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know. All right.
Look, man, I'm probably going.
Oh no, we got a squeaker in the house.
We're getting the smoke alarm beep. God damn it.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Anyways, I think this is winding down for all of us. So thanks for listening to episode 70 of Vice of Life. Be safe out there, Don't take turns too fast.
Yeah.
That's going to be the motto of the don't take turns too fast.
Are you done doing that, by the
Hell no.
way? We
Hell
were
no.
laughing like, oh, he's never going to ride an ATV again. Like,
No, I'll do it again. I just got to
Okay.
I got to realize those things do not have traction, man.
Yeah.
You think with those big old fucking wheels, they'd be like, fucking drifting on those bitches. Nah, man.
Wow.
Those
Just-
things are, I guess you are drifting on those things because they have no traction.
Yeah.
When he's all healed up, we're all gonna go
All
to
right.
my property.
That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Bust out
gotta-
the wheelers.
Hell yeah, dude.
Are yours automatic?
Damn, sounds
Oh.
good, right?
Are yours automatic or are they manual?
Automatic.
Okay. I was wondering.
Maybe we'll
I
go to the
didn't even
dunes
know.
one time. Huh?
Ooh.
Take you on the big exciting stuff.
Yeah, I'll take it slow a little bit. I just got the adrenaline in me, man.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
was-
I think it took you so long to realize like how much it hurt and how hazy you were.
Yeah. I don't know. They were like,
Good point.
I was following them. It was just like a very scenic thing. And then I was like, ooh, I can go. They let me go ahead of them. And I was like, oh, let's go speedy. And so I did go speedy. And then I got hurty.
Yeah.
And now I'm sorry.
I just got another text from Joe Biden. Yep. You know when he does like his speeches, it'll say like text Joe to 30330 or whatever. I did that, and it's
You
funny
regret
when
it.
it's like, "Hey, Joe Biden here," and that's like the first thing you see, and you're like, "What the hell?" So it's just
Those are always great.
a bunch of crap. But yeah,
My favorite are the phone calls like that because it's like, hello, this is Chris Stewart. I'm just touching base with you before the election. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm sure this isn't pre-recorded. But yeah, all right. Well, this is episode 70. Thanks for hearing my sob story. Wow.
No, you gave us a good update.
Well,
It's
yeah, I
nice.
don't know.
You know?
Like I said,
Now we
I
can
don't
all walk
mind
away
the
with some
attention.
clarity.
Yeah.
I don't mind attention. I just don't like this kind of attention.
I'm gonna
Pity
send you
attention.
A
I don't
lot
like
more.
that.
Are you okay?
Huh?
Messages. I'm gonna send you a lot more just for
Yeah.
no reason.
Yeah.
You know, it's really weird when your aunt texts you that you don't ever talk to, like when it's that bad. That's when I know that it's an issue.
Yeah. It's
Was
gotta
when your-
stop.
When your aunt texts you, get out of here. It's not that bad. Get out of here.
I don't need you.
All right.
That's kind of sweet.
It is sweet. It
You know?
is all very sweet. It comes from a good place. It's just,
Yeah.
you know, I wish it was somebody else, not me. I don't want that shit.
Fair.
I don't like love and affection. You kidding me?
Dude doesn't
kidding?
even do hugs.
Send it my way. I need it.
You know? That's why it pissed me off when my mom's like, it's okay, you can cry. It's like, no, I can't. I'm too
can,
masculine for that shit.
You can.
You understand me? When you look at me,
It's just the epitome of
You see a crier?
machismo.
I ain't no bitch. Just kidding.
I said that
It's
though.
okay.
I brought that phrase back the other
Yeah?
day. You know, mama ain't raised no bitch.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you said that to your mom. You can cry.
I
You ain't raised no bitch.
Shut up.
Is he in
Oh,
surgery? Nah, bitch. Like, yeah. That's good, man.
All right. Thank you guys again. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Vice of Life. Feel free to get in touch with us on Instagram and Twitter at Vice of Life Pod, our new YouTube channel at Vice of Life, Patreon, you can check us out, and it's just Vice of Life on there. Email us at viceoflifepodcast@gmail.com, and leave us a review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever else you listen. And just make sure to subscribe to the show for more.